I've done enough April Fooling. My name's Evan. This is my best shirt that I own. That might be the only April Fool's joke of this video. And I want to talk about Daredevil. I know this is like a random out of nowhere yap, but I wanted an actual reason to yap and not just to talk about the fact that I have nothing to talk about, which I do sometimes. But oh my god. Daredevil is such a good show. I've recently been rewatching the original Netflix Daredevil, like season 1. Because you know how it got renewed as Daredevil Born Again, and there's season 1 of that's currently coming out, which I highly recommend watching. Hashtag not an ad. You think my channel hasn't? I have 200 subs, but this first season and seeing of course the quality maintained into Born Again. I wasn't joking about watching Daredevil. It is so good, the new Born Again series, but this the old show is just, oh my god, the angles are so great. The way that this isn't an articulated video essay that I've planned a script out for, so please excuse how broken up this is. But, like, God, the camera angles that they utilize for, like, the fight scenes, the way that they'll have single fight scenes that are the last in a single camera movement, where it's like, it's watching the fight and it moves in a circle, like the camera's sitting in a car, watching the fight happen around a car, and it goes all the way around, shit like that. Those make the show. They're beautiful, alongside the dialogue, which I'll talk about in a minute. But one other camera angle I thought was really cool that came to mind was, like, it's really small stuff you don't think to consider. Like how a character from the show, Vanessa, is walking up to Wilson Fisk, Kingpin, the big chunk ass, the one that the one from the How Does He Shit meme from Miles Morales Spider-Verse movies. She comes up to him and she walks up to his side, and the camera's looking dead on at her and just moves around the front of Fisk and continues, doesn't cut, just moves around the front of him to include him in the shot as well. I'm like, that's so much better than her coming up and then it just cutting to both of them. Like, the scene feels so alive. It's amazing. Just chef's kiss, 2 chef's kisses actually. I love that. I could probably talk all day about different various camera angles. That's like my hyperfixation. I had a personal like concern a while ago that I didn't have a good hyperfixation that I had interest in. My friends love music. A lot of my friends know everything about every artist ever in music. And I always feel like, oh my god, like, I wish I knew this stuff. And then I realized, oh shit, my hyperfixation is movies. It's camera angles. It's the creation of videos. I love that shit. I love it so much. I don't talk about it enough. Alongside, like, when I was a kid, I've watched like 30 trillion dinosaur documentaries. And not as much trains, but dinosaurs, locked in. But regardless, Daredevil. The other thing, the dialogue. Oh my god. Eating a burger with no honey mustard. Who would I say are the greatest people for this? I think Foggy Nelson, Daredevil's friend. God, every bar he drops is a bar. There's no line where you're like, ugh, ew, why did he say that? Like, everything is just like, damn, he's just so charismatic. He's such a goofy guy in just all the right ways. It doesn't feel like a writer trying to emulate a conversation. It feels like a real conversation. Same with Matt. Same with Karen. All the characters. The writing is so... It's very much something they considered for every step. It wasn't something with like, all right, well, we just got to get the scene over with to move to the next thing. Like how there was one scene where they're trying to look for information online. They're trying to like hunt down information about a certain corrupt company. And instead of them just being on the computer and it happening and they're finding all the stuff, there's this pause where they're able to talk about and like discuss because the Wi-Fi router's not working. And then, so they're like, hey, can you go bang on it? And then she goes to the back of the room as they're talking about other stuff and dialogue's being exchanged, and she bangs on it, and then it comes on and they can research. And it's like, what a great way to implement conversation without just killing useless time. That was so great. Like, I don't know. A lot of like ways that other modern media has pitfalls, this show overlooks, and I like that. I mean, it did come out 10 years ago, but then Daredevil Born Again takes that, and I definitely think they aren't as strong with the dialogue with Born Again. The dialogue is strong. The dialogue is still, it outweighs, I would say, most modern Marvel project, even, I would say, most Marvel projects, period. Daredevil Born Again has a lot of thought put into it, but God, that Netflix series, nothing compares. Nothing takes that out of the water. God, I just got at you. That's how bad it is. What else? There has to be some other notes I have about it. Those were like the main points I had, though. I mean, of course, the suits are amazing. I love the idea that Daredevil is working his way up the bosses. Like, I will try to avoid spoilers because I don't want to spoil this for people who haven't seen it. In fact, I highly recommend, if you haven't seen the original Daredevil series, the first 3 seasons, you have to go watch it. You don't even need to go watch Iron Fist or Luke Cage or Jessica Jones or Defenders or even Punisher. Punisher, I'd say, if I were to rank them, I'll talk about the bosses in a second. If I were to rank them, it would be like Daredevil is the top, of course. Punisher right below with Jessica Jones. Those two are like the two like side kingpins. And then Luke Cage and Iron Fist, I like Luke Cage and I love the story coming out of Harlem and I love the culture in it. But I don't think the writing was as good. It was a little corny. Like, hearing the conversations, a lot of them were like, okay, all right. Now, like, come on, buddy, what was that? And then Iron Fist, it was awkward, I feel, acting-wise. Like, it wasn't really executed as well as the other shows. But anyway, I love the way they work up the bosses. And without spoiling, there's essentially, like, a syndicate of, like, kingpins, really. Not really, though. Like, Kingpin is the kingpin. But, like, lower heads of the organizations that work on, like, distributing the drugs, human trafficking, like all the horrible stuff the business works on. And I like that throughout the show, and I know this, I haven't gotten that far yet. He hasn't even gotten across the first like mini boss yet. He like goes from group to group to group of each kingpin, and each one gets progressively harder, like it's a video game or something. I love that. He's like progressing through, and there's actual real like repercussions to getting deeper into this organization that he's trying to unravel and uncover that's super corrupt. I think it's really cool. Just, it's outstanding. I love it. And it's so, by the end of the show, you will feel so complete. They completed that story so well. But anyways, I just had to yap about that. I literally just finished watching, I think, episode like 5 and 6 of the first season, and I plan to do a full rewatch. And then I'm gonna watch Born Again again, because I literally, a new episode came out from Born Again. I don't even know if I should watch it now though, because like I'm watching the old show, so I'm gonna be like jumping from like the past to the present. I'm literally gonna have like flashbacks. And there's probably flashbacks in the episode, so it's like flashbacks in flashbacks. But yeah, that's about it. That's my story. That's my story for today. Watch Daredevil. Very good show. I would say one of the best Marvel hero adaptations, period, at all. I don't think there is. There are good ones, and like there are really like I like stuff like Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It's fun. It's playful. Nothing takes itself as serious, but in the best kind of way, other than Daredevil, I think. I'm like pausing because I'm trying to think. There might be some that do, and I could be slipping my mind on some. But I think that I can pretty confidently say top of the line Marvel. I think that's some of the best stuff you could watch. Anyways, that's about it. I'm going to stop slobbering all over Charlie Cox's Matthew is Murdoch. Matthew Murdoch is Charlie Cox's Matthew Murdoch. And I narrowly avoided making a penis joke. Isn't that great? Look at that. I'm just too skilled at this video creation thingy. Anyways, yeah, there's no April Fool's joke today. This wasn't the joke. I'm serious. You have to watch this show. I already did an April Fool's joke on my stream. I did one on Twitter. I did one in real life. Like I'm fooled out. I'm no longer a fool. I've been healed of my foolishness. So, anyways, thank you for watching. My name is Evan. This Xbox controller's bumper fell off, and I'll see you around.